and Kashi cases are pending in courts of law, and Hindus await Nyaya for Astha. Preparations are underway in full swing in Ayodhya for the inauguration of the Ram Mandir. PM Modi today, in his home constituency Kashi, flagged up what he called a concerted effort to make India ashamed of its culture and its symbols. Modi underlined that it was symbols of India's faith that were targeted by foreign invaders. Without taking any names, the Prime Minister stated that even after independence, there was no effort to revive and reinstate those symbols, something that is happening now. This is what he said. Listen to it.
आजादी के 7 दशक बाद आज देश अब लाल किले से गुलामी की मानसिकता से मुक्ति और अपनी विरासत पर गर्व की घोषणा कर रहा है। गुलामी के कालखंड में जिन अत्याचारियों ने भारत को कमजोर करने का प्रयास किया, उन्होंने सबसे पहले हमारे प्रतीकों को ही निशाना बनाया था। आजादी के बाद इन सांस्कृतिक प्रतीकों का पुनर्निर्माण आवश्यक था, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से ऐसा हुआ नहीं। आजादी के बाद सोमनाथ मंदिर के पुनर्निर्माण तक का विरोध किया गया था और ये सोच दशकों तक देश पर हावी रही।
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Lokesh Jindal joins the panel. Vivek Srivastava was also on this panel, but for reasons, best known to our viewers, you saw what happened. He is not with us. Lokesh Jindal, the Congress, in its response to what the Prime Minister said in Kashi, has said that this is, deflection, diversion. He should talk about real issues.
Well, Pranesh, when Prime Minister restricts himself to only the symbols with respect to the society and the country, it is not right, absolutely. It is a poor understanding. When I'm talking about the Hindu society, Indian society, religion, it is important that we understand that post-independence, there were significant gains that were realized on various fronts. We were having a very poor literacy rate. There was a high literacy rate, a scientific temperament. In fact, India, from the shackles of colonialism, it emerged as a post-colonial democracy.
All this is well known. Lokesh Jindal, what is the point you're trying to make?
I'm trying to put over here that when Prime Minister says that all through these 70 years, there was some form of a disregard to cultural symbols, it is a misinformation, and it's very unfortunate.
Misinformation even today. Look at the way you've responded. You're only vindicating what the Prime Minister said.
Absolutely not, Pranesh.
Okay,
it's
Sanju
very
Verma.
important that the Prime Minister should have highlighted that what was required was done all through these 70 years,
right,
so that today India can assert itself at an international platform.
Okay.
It has got its
Pranesh,
place
yes,
because of the effort since last 70 years.
Okay. I just want to make a couple of points. I think anybody who says that the Prime Minister does not have a scientific temper is far removed from reality, because let's not forget that the successful landing of Chandrayaan-3 bears testimony as much to the capabilities of ISRO and our scientists, as much to the willpower, determination, conviction of Prime Minister Modi. Don't forget that today we have more than 98,000 startups. India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, and we have more than 120 unicorns. And most of them, many of them actually are health and biotech related unicorns. Point number 3, I think, the Prime Minister is very clear that spirituality and Vikas, these have to move together. So on the one hand, you have a Kashi Vishwanath corridor, which has roped in 13 crore, mind you, not 1.3 crore, 13 crore tourists in the last 18 months, which is a record of sorts. And on the other hand, this is the same Prime Minister under whose leadership we've overtaken the United Kingdom last year to become the fifth largest economy in the world in terms of nominal GDP. Thanks to Prime Minister Modi, हम गर्व से कह सकते हैं that be it the Somnath rejuvenation, be it the Ujjain Mahakal corridor, be it the Kashi Vishwanath corridor, be it the Char Dham Yatra, Hindus no longer think that, praying in front of a shivling or wearing a rudraksh or wearing a kalwa, these are things that we should be ashamed of. So while the Prime Minister
Nobody was ashamed of these things. Where do you get this information from?
He also talks of progress. Lokesh, I did not interrupt. You will get your turn.
No, madam,
My limited point is this. Pranesh, you will have to moderate.
No, 1 minute. Lokesh, what he's trying to tell you that if you were so concerned about Sanatan pride, you should have, by you I mean the India bloc or your party should have taken a principled stand when Sanatan bashing was going on. That is what Sanjeev Verma is trying to say, but Sanjeev Verma, I'll have to bring in Dr. Ranganathan. We have last 2 minutes on the show. Last 2 minutes on the show. Dr. Ranganathan, why should we be ashamed of Sanatan pride? Why is there the sense of hesitation, inferiority complex, call it what you want to?
No, absolutely, Pramesh. I hope I will not be interrupted. I will take probably just a minute or so. The Prime Minister did well to highlight this issue.
Get a quick response from Sanjeev Verma. Sanjeev Verma, 30 seconds is all I have. Please.
Thank you. I will respond to Anand Ranganathan. I will not call him a monkey balancer. I've done that in the past and he's been, good and sporting enough to take it. I just say this. It is thank God for Narendra Modi. And I say this to you also, Mr. Ranganathan, that today you and me are having a debate and discussion on Gyanvapi mosque. Today you and me are having a discussion on Krishna Janmabhoomi. Today you and me are going to celebrate in a few weeks from now the Bhavya Ram Mandir Nirman. Imagine, the Congress ruled us for the longest time. You and me did not even bother to discuss Ram Mandir, Mathura.
Okay, would have loved to carry this on, but unfortunately I'm under pressure to take a break. Completely out of time. Sanjeev Verma, Lokesh Jindal, Dr. Ranganathan, thank you for joining us. Viewers, thanks for watching.
The News Hour at 9.